Firearms and their importance in the world today. Imagine, if you will, you are walking back from a late night shift through a dimly lit parking lot. You're tired and you're exhausted. For some odd reason, you feel uneasy, almost as if you're being followed. Before you can turn around and shout, a hooded figure emerges from the shadows and holds a knife to your lower back and tells you to be quiet or he will make things a lot worse. You're defenseless and left at the attacker's mercy. This terrifying encounter could have a much different outcome if the victim in question was carrying a concealed weapon. The discussion of firearms carries a lot of stigma nowadays, and the possible benefits should be brought to light. There are a lot of common misconceptions of firearms in the world today that may lead people to have unclear opinions. Crime, for instance. According to a national crime victimization survey, 467,321 persons were victims of a crime committed with a firearm in 2011. Estimates of defensive gun uses report in the range of up to 2.5 million defensive gun uses each year, according to the CDC. A defensive gun use is when a firearm is used to protect someone, deter, or stop a crime in progress. Now let's talk about government oppression. In Germany, the SS tried to take over Warsaw. According to the Holocaust Museum, the Nazis forced Warsaw Jewish population of 400,000 people into an area roughly the size of a square mile. In 1942, the SS troops began to move the Jewish population into the killing center. The Jewish prisoners quickly made a small militia of roughly 750 armed men. With small arms, they were extremely outnumbered and turned a 3-day execution operation into a month-long battle, which allowed them to fortify defenses and some to evade capture. After World War I, 3,000 vets returned to the city of Athens in Tennessee, to an area of electoral fraud and political corruption, led by the sheriff Paul Cantrell. The citizens fell victim to civil rights violations, bribery, and voter intimidation. When polls opened on August 1st, 200 armed deputies guarded the ballot boxes and brought the boxes to the county jail to manipulate the polls. The veterans quickly armed themselves and surrounded the jail in a several-hour standoff. The jail door was soon breached, and the veterans regained the ballot boxes and political order was restored. No veterans or citizens were ever charged. This is a prime example of government oppression and how the use of firearms allowed them to restore peace.